How's it going, guys? My name is Gabriel, and in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how we scaled an info product business to $80,000 in pure profit per month using 90-second video ads and what we like to call calibration scaling. And if you don't know me, I'm the founder of Zeti Media, and we consistently and predictably help info product businesses to scale to 6 and 7 figures per month incrementally. And we have helped over 137 businesses until now. And so I'm gonna do a shameful pitch right before we start a video, but if you are a course creator, coach, or consultant, and you want to scale predictably and consistently every single month, and you want to get your desired amount of leads every single month, your desired number of customers and sales, whatever that is, if you sell a high ticket product or a low ticket product, then I'm going to invite you to, go ahead and book a consultation. I left my calendar link down below in the description of this video. So in this call is actually not going to be a sales call, but we're going to talk about your business. We are going to talk about your biggest bottlenecks, your biggest problems. I'm going to explain exactly how our process works in the inside, and we're going to see if we can help you as well. So with that little pitch out of the way, let's just get started with the video. So again, the title is and the purpose is how we used simple 90-second video ads, okay, to scale a business to $82,000 in pure profit per month. So just to kind of show you the numbers, I got it pulled up here in Hyra. So we can basically see the profit that we generated per month, which is pretty much $82,000 in pure profit. And you can also see the return of ad spend, because I guess that's important as well. You can play around with the revenue that you're making, with the profit, but I think the profit is most important because this is what you can work with in your business. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly what we did to get there. So the first thing is, I want to start with the biggest mistake that I see people doing, because when you want to scale your business with paid ads, the mindset that you want to have is a scientific one. Okay, you want to approach advertising in a scientific way. And more specifically, the way that you're going to do that is you first of all want to start out by testing the macro stuff. Okay, you want to test out things at a macro scale and then slowly take care of the small things and basically improve and tweak things at a micro scale. So the biggest mistake that I see people doing nowadays, especially in video ads, and this can apply basically to normal ads as well, but they're gonna basically worry about the clothes they're going to wear, about the background that they have in the video, and very, very small and insignificant things like this, which, by the way, they are going to matter when you're going to run your ads, and they are going to affect your overall performance, but they're not going to be the needle movers in your business, okay? So instead, you want to approach things and you want to optimize things and worry about the macro first, okay? So what do I mean by that, okay? First of all, before doing any marketing or anything like that, okay, you don't even have to run ads, okay? You can make like videos, organic posts, webinars, whatever it's going to be. Before you do anything related to your product or marketing, you have to understand that there are different levels of awareness that your prospect is going to have and different levels of market sophistication. So if you do not understand those two key concepts very well, then you're pretty much going to fail, okay? Because I mean, quite frankly, it doesn't matter what background you're going to use in your video ads or whatever you do, but you have to understand your audience first. Okay, I cannot emphasize how important this is, and I cannot tell you how many businesses get this wrong. So, first of all, when it comes to the levels of awareness, we have 5 different levels of awareness, and basically, this is going to be how aware is your potential client, how aware is your prospect, okay, before buying. So, the more unaware the prospect is, okay, so basically if he's going to be level 5, the more indirect you should be in your video ads, but the more direct you should go, but the more aware your prospect is going to be, then the more direct you should go in your video ads and in your marketing overall, pretty much, right? So we have the levels of awareness, right, that play a very important role in all the scripts for your ads and all the messaging and all that kind of stuff. And the second thing that we have is the stages of market sophistication. So basically, this is going to answer the question, how many products have been there before you? So now I'm going to tell you, most of the businesses and most of the marketers and people out there are going to behave as if they are pretty much the first in your market, or in their market, I should better say. But nowadays we all know that we are pretty much bombarded with ads every single day, and we consistently see ads all the time, and we subconsciously ignore them. We are tired of them, and so most of the times nowadays is going to be at stage four, okay, where mechanism starts competing with each other. So what that means for your business is that the only way that you're going to differentiate yourself and the only way that you're actually going to stand out is by really defining your key own unique mechanism in your own unique hook and system behind your product. Okay, so meaning that you have to put your mechanism up front. Okay, now, I'm not saying this is going to be the same for every single industry and every single niche out there, but most of the times you really have to think about it this way. Okay, you really have to emphasize on the unique mechanism that you use to basically solve the problem of your potential clients. Okay, so with that out of the way, this is pretty much the mindset that you want to approach, especially video ads. So first of all, you want to take care of the macro stuff, and so then you can tweak the very small stuff that probably are gonna change the funnel by the percentages, by the 0.001%. But the needle movers are gonna be to test out the big idea behind your ads, and obviously to just have a unique mechanism that you're gonna test. And this is, first of all, what you want to do, right? So now let's get into some more specific stuff. So first of all, we're going to talk about what you should do at the video ads level. So what we usually do is we run YouTube ads, right? This is pretty much the easiest way to scale your business right now. If you are selling information online, meaning if you are a course creator, coach, expert, consultant, or something like that. So YouTube ads are the best way to go, because it's just new. It has a very huge audience that you can get your traffic from, leads and sales from. So it's pretty good, especially for selling information online. And so first of all, what you need to understand is that you need to test out as many variations and creatives as possible. Okay, meaning you have to test out, for example, multiple hooks with multiple bodies and multiple call to actions. And I'm going to explain immediately exactly how we structure and how we test the YouTube ads more specifically. And the reason why you want to test as many variations and creatives as possible is because only about 8 to 10% of your creatives will actually hit your target CPA. And so you need to mix and match all the components and test what is the winning variable. Okay, so gone are the days when you could just have like two video ads, run them and be profitable, and scale your business to millions of dollars per month. Okay, that is not the case anymore. So what you want to do is you want to test out as many variations as possible, and you need again to approach this from a very scientific level. So first of all, let me explain exactly what I mean by testing multiple hooks with multiple bodies and multiple call to action. So the way we structure our video ads is actually pretty simple. So we have three main variables that are actually going to affect the video ad itself and actually the results of the YouTube ad. But before we actually get started, I just wanted to tell you that 80% of the results from a YouTube ad campaign is going to come from your creative, okay, meaning your YouTube ad itself. And so this is why you want to pay a lot of attention to it. This is why you want to test out a lot of different angles, a lot of different variations of the body, call to action, and whatever. But first of all, let's get into the structure that we use for our ads. Okay, so first of all, as I said, we have three main variables, and you always want to approach this with like a scientific mindset. I don't know if I spelled that correctly. Three variables, probably not. So let's start out. The first part of the video ad is going to be the hook. Okay, the hook that we have here, and that is going to be basically the first 5 to 10 seconds of the video ad. After the hook, we have the body of the ad. Okay, it's pretty straightforward. The body of the ad, which most of the times is going to be from 10 seconds to like 30 seconds. Okay, and then we have the call to action, which is going to be whatever is going to be left until 90 seconds. So we have the call to action, right? Now, remember, this is the overall structure. Of course, you can even have like a call to action in between the hook and the body, or you can like pretty much mix and match. But the overall order for any YouTube ad is pretty much going to be the same. Okay, so we have like the hook, the body, and the call to action where you're going to basically tell your customers to, go ahead and take the next step into the funnel, right? Maybe there's going to be to watch your webinar, maybe there's going to be to book a call with you, or to watch your VSL, or to sign up for something, whatever that is. This is basically the mission of the call to action, right? So essentially, what you want to do is you want to have multiple different hooks, multiple different bodies, and multiple different call to actions, which are going to test out different angles, different scripts, and different approaches. And most of the times, the way that we are going to do this is actually we are going to have multiple hooks. So, for example, we usually test out 6 different hooks. Okay, so a hook again is the first from 5 to 10 seconds of the video, and what you can say. For example, you can call out the market. Okay, you can say something really interesting. You can open a loop. You can maybe ask a question that's going to open the loop. You can say something that has the potential to attract the attention of your ideal audience, because this is exactly what you're trying to do in the hook. Okay, you want to attract your ideal clients, and you want to repel the people that are actually not your ideal clients, because YouTube itself as a platform is very broad when it comes to targeting. And this is why you want to repel the people who you don't want to do business with, and you want to attract the right ones. Otherwise, your CPAs and your CPLs are just going to be through the roof, okay, if you don't actually do this in the hook. So meaning in the first 5 to 10 seconds of the video ad. So as I said, for the hooks, we usually test 6 different hooks with 6 different scripts, messages, and stuff like that. Then the next part is going to be the body of the ad. Here, we usually test out 3 variations of the body of the ad. The body of the ad is usually going to be longer. It's probably not even going to be like 10 to 30 seconds. Most of the times, it's probably going to be 30 to even like 50 seconds. Potentially even 60 seconds. But you get the point. The length of the ad really depends on what kind of ad you're going to do. But basically, here we test out 3 variations of the body of the ad, and for the call to actions, we usually test 2 variations. We found out that this is the best way to test that. So now, when we look at this from a scientific point of view, we are going to have 6 different hooks. So let's say we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we have the hooks here, right? So, and then we have the bodies, okay? Actually, I didn't put this the right way here. And then we have the bodies of the video ad, right? Which is gonna have like 1 to 3 bodies. And then we're gonna have 2 call to actions, right? So we're gonna have call to action 1 and call to action 2, right? And so as I said, what do you want to do? Because remember, only from 8 to 10% of all your video ads are going to hit your target CPA, and therefore are going to be bringing you customers and sales profitably. Okay. So what do you want to do? You want to test out and mix and match all these components. Okay. And you want to find the winning formula. So what I mean by that, for example, let's just say that we are going to test hook 1. I'm going to call this. And we are going to test body 2, and we are going to test the call to action 2. Okay, so maybe we have this formula. Okay, we like to call this a formula for a video ad. And let's just say that's going to bring us, I don't know, a 2x return on ad spend. Not bad. Okay, it's not pretty bad. It's not quite, it's not the best. It's not bad. But you get a point. So what you don't want to do is you don't want to, just take one combination and just like scale this funnel like crazy. Okay, you don't want to do that. So because you have to test out as many combinations as possible. For example, let's just say that we are going to test the hook number 5 plus, let's say just body number 1, and let's say the call to action number 2. And maybe this combination right here is going to get you a, I don't know, 4.5x, okay, return on ad spend on your ads. And so you see, this is why you want to test out as many variations as possible, because most of the times actually it's not that well. It's not that you're going to get like 2x return on ad spend. Probably most of the times, let's just say that you're going to test like the hook number 2 plus the body number 2 and the call to action number 1. And most of the times you might not even be profitable, okay, with a combination like this, and you might be actually losing money on your ads, right? Which is definitely something that you don't want to do. But that's the point. You don't want to, just test like one simple variations, or just have like 2 video ads and then say, okay, I'm done. That's pretty much it. I'm pretty good with that. Let's just go ahead and scale, because it is going to take a while until you're going to find a perfect combination. And again, a very small portion of your ads are going to actually achieve the target CPA, the target CPL. Okay, so as I said, only from 8 to 10% of your creatives are actually going to hit that target. Okay, so let's say, for example, we are going to test out one, two, and so let's say like 10 different creative styles, okay, and 10 different combination. So out of all these combination, only one, okay, out of 10 possible combinations that we have tested, only one is going to be the winning one. Okay, so this is why you want to test out as many variations as possible, and you want to have a scientific approach by this, meaning you have to separate the variables, and the most important thing is to test one variable at a time. Okay, so this is pretty much how you want to test the video ads. Now, the next thing that you want to know is, again, you need a systematic way of testing and separate the variables and test one thing at a time. And also, you need to understand exactly what each variables affects, and you need to understand how you must read the data. Okay, so basically, let me explain. All right. Right. So when it comes to reading the data, obviously you are going to have to look at your ad dashboard, which is going to be probably in Google if you run YouTube ads. But the way you're going to judge the campaigns and the effectiveness of your video ads is going to be by taking a look at the click-through rate, right? Which has to be definitely above 1% or 2% or higher. And you also want to look at the view rate, which has to be above 20%. Okay. And also the cost per click now depends on exactly where you are going to run your ads, in which, geographical area of the planet. But basically inside the US market is basically going to be a bit more expensive. So it's going to be somewhere around $3 to even $5 cost per click. And outside of the US, you're going to get something around $1, $2. I would actually aim for something that's going to be slightly cheaper than that if you are going to market outside the US. But basically, you get the point. And so, uh, what I mean by a systematic way of taking a look at each variables and knowing exactly which variables are affecting the overall performance of your campaign. So, as I said, a video ad is basically as I said, a video ad is basically going to have three main parts. Okay, so we have the hook, right? And I'm going to take a note here. We have the hook, which is the variable number one. We already discussed that. We have the body of the ad, which is the variable number two. Oh my God, I'm such such a bad writer. So we're also going to have the last part, which is going to be again the call to action. Okay, so we have three main variables when it comes to a video. Now, each one of these variables is going to affect a different metric inside your ad dashboard. Okay, so to be more specific than that, the hook is basically going to affect your view rate. Okay, so again, I'm going to write it here, your view rate. And so what you want to do is you want to take a look at the ads platform, and if your view rate is basically going to be below 20%, then that means that you have a hook problem. Okay, view rate basically means the number of people that have watched your video ad past the skip ad button, right? So they have watched the video ad, which counts as a view only if they watched more than 10 seconds of the video ad, right? So this is going to be the hook. And again, if for some reason the view rate is not above 20%, then you have to take a look at the hook, and then you have to judge this variable, okay, if this is not going to work. And then we also have the body of the ad, and the body of the ad is mostly going to determine, I would say it's going to be 50% of this is going to determine the click-through rate, okay, meaning how many people have actually clicked your ad and basically raised their hand and said, okay, I'm interested in what you have to say. And so if your click-through rate is going to be below 1%, you definitely want to look at the body of the ad. But also, the body of the ad is not the only one that's going to affect the click-through rate. Also, the call to action is going to affect your click-through rate. Okay, so both of these variables are going to play a very important role into deciding, into seeing and reading the click-through rate. Okay, and so this is why you want to separate the variables, because if, for example, we have hook one, let's say, plus the body number three plus the call to action number one, I don't know. And so we have this combination, and this combination brought us I don't know, a view rate of 25%, which is very good, but it brought us a, click-through rate of, yeah, let's say like 0.2%, right? Which is like obviously very bad. So this campaign is basically not working, okay? It's not within KPIs because if you remember the KPIs that we are aiming for, and this is going to be like a successful YouTube ad campaign that's going to pretty much bring us leads profitably, has to be within these KPIs. And so we are not within KPIs, okay? Because the click-through rate is pretty much below 1%. And so what we want to do, because the click-through rate is definitely above 1%, is we want to judge the body of the ad and also the call to action of the ad. Okay, and let's just say that we know that this hook, right, is going to bring a 25% view rate. And so the next step that we want to do is we want to test the same hook that we already know that is pretty much proven and that brings in a 25% view rate, and we want to test this with a different combination. And this way, we know exactly which variables are actually the winning ones, okay? Because obviously, like the hook is going to have a small impact on the click-through rate, but this way, you are going to separate the variables and you know that the hook works. And now we are judging the body 2 plus call to action 1 again. And so the only variable that we're testing here is basically the body 2. And so if this segment right here brought us around a, let's say, 24% view rate and a click-through rate of, let's say 2%, which is pretty good, right? Then we know that body number 2 brought this change because the only thing that we changed from here was only the body. And so this is what I mean by you have to test only one variable at a time. Okay, so right now I'm going to give you an example of exactly how you need to read your data inside the Google Ads dashboard. Okay, so right now we have the columns, we have the cost per click, which is the CPC, we have the click-through rate and the view rate, as I said. So we want to basically judge these three variables right here. These are very important. So if we take a look at the cost per click, all the ads are quite good right here, right? So I wouldn't stop anything. Obviously, the cost per click is going to depend on the audience that you're going to be targeting and everything like this. So the next variable that we have is the click-through rate, which is going to be, again, we are aiming for anything that's going to be above 1%. So as you can see right here, the click-through rate is pretty much not within KPI. So obviously for the click-through rate, we have different variables. So we might be testing out different audiences and, all sorts of different things, maybe different placements and stuff like that. So now, what you want to do, again, as I said, is you want to aim for above 1% click-through rate, and you want to see exactly what caused that click-through rate basically to be down. And then the view rate, as you can see here, we are aiming for anything that's going to be above 20%. So by taking a look at this data right here, we are going to see that we have different numbers for the view rate. And so this view rate right here, obviously it's going to be smaller than this one. And so what that means for us is that this hook specifically, the 23% one, performs way better than the 19.671, right? And so we know that this hook is going to be better than this one. So with that being said, as I said, you need a systematic way of testing. And this way, if you have a very systematic way of testing things, this is how you're going to be able to scale, right? And also, like a pro tip, if you want to scale to 6 and 7 figures, all you have to do is basically to optimize your funnel by the 0.001%. Okay. And I mean, first of all, of course, you need to systematically test everything, but you also need to improve like the hooks, the bodies, the call to actions, and you want to improve the funnel by 0.001%. Okay, find the perfect combination and then try another one and another one. And you want to get just the best results out of this. Okay, this is exactly how you're gonna win. With that being said, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a thumbs up. Tell me exactly what you think about the video, if you think it was useful. So leave a comment down in the description. So leave a comment in the description down below. And also let me know what you want me to cover next in the next video. So actually in the next video, I am going to talk about the funnel itself, how to set up the funnel. If you want to profitably scale to 6-figure months in total revenue and even 7-figure months. And again, my name is Gabriel. I'm the founder of Zeddy Media. And again, I'm going to do like the last shameful pitch for this video. But if you are a course creator, coach, or consultant, or expert, and you sell information online and you want to scale predictably to 6 and 7 figures, then I'm going to leave my calendar link down below in the description so you can go ahead and book a call, book a time to speak with me. And again, we're just going to talk about your goals. We're going to see what stops you from scaling, and we are going to solve that problem. And with that being said, it was my pleasure to make this video. Just let me know whatever you want to see next time in the next video, and see you in the next one. Cheers.